Good morning, teachers. I hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to take a bit of time and share with you some information about Myon, and hopefully this will be useful. I've shared this document with you before. I will send it again along with the video. And my hope is that it will help you and possibly you can use Myon to assign it to students as something independent, specifically for classes, like language arts, social studies, maybe even the applied studies skills classes, ELD classes, or when you have a sub. Students have an icon that looks kind of like what's here on the title on their iPads. And that icon is great for them to access books through Myon and download those books so that when they are somewhere without internet, they can still read those books. I personally prefer to use the website, and the website address is www.myon.com. The username and the password for students is the same username and password that they use to access Star 360. It's that the username is that first part of their email address, and their password is their birthday combination. That first letter of their birthday combination has to be capitalized. Teachers, I had previously sent you information about Star 360, and in there's a way you can do a report for passwords as well. You can also find their student's birthday and email address on Q. And if you need any help, you can reach out to me and I can help you. In this document, you'll also have some information for you, teachers. Your username and password should be also the first part of your email, and then password your birthday combination. I will stop sharing this so that I can now enter as a student. So again, I prefer to use the website. So in order to get there, if you go to Safari or Chrome, and students just have to type in www.myon.com, and it'll take them to this page. In this page, it'll ask students for them to enter their school name. For us, students are going to have to type Dr. Manuel, and once you start typing, a couple of options will drop down. Make sure that students select the correct name, Dr. Manuel M. Lopez, Academy of Arts and Sciences. And then they'll have to enter their username in here and their password. I'm actually going to enter as my daughter, so I need to find her school. Once they enter, this is what a student will see. Up at the corner, the top right-hand corner, that you'll see their name with a picture. If a student clicks on that picture, it's going to drop down a couple of options for them. One of them is progress. All students had to take some sort of a reading assessment at the very first time they entered Myon. And as they use this program, I want to say it's about 8 to 10 books. If they read 8 to 10 books or spend a certain amount of hours, they will get prompted another, like a smaller quiz, and they take that quiz, and that will readjust their reading level. If they click progress, students will be able to see the progress of how much time they've been spending reading. It'll track it by months. And so you can see, move this a little bit up here. You'll be able to see, days with reading, minutes read, and more. So it's a good indicator of how much time they're spending on their reading. If they click interest, students will be able to adjust what type of books they want to read. So if they, indicate the stories appropriate for all levels of readers, like if they select genres, if they're really interested and they change it, or if they want to read books that are fiction, graphic novels or science or language arts, depending on how they change this little interest questionnaire, it will adjust the books that are recommended to them based on their interest and their score on the reading evaluation that they took initially from Myon. They can also earn, if they read a lot, they can also earn avatars. And avatars are just little pictures that they can use to change the picture up here by their name. Again, all of these features are only available through the website. One of the great things that I like about Myon is the Myon News. So up at the top, you'll see a couple of tabs. If you click on Myon News, you'll be able to see, for example, for today, Thursday, October 8th, you will see a couple of pictures. Seeing the deep sea, the running mate debate, award for DNA discovery, numbers in the news, the chunkiest champ. Each picture is an article about, a short article. And a lot of the articles are often related to what's going on around our, in the news here in the United States and sometimes even in the world. So it's kind of like a quick current event for students. It gives them a picture, the article, there's some words in blue, some vocabulary words in blue. And the cool thing about this is that the students can read on their own, but for those struggling students, you can click the little speaker here. The running mate
debate. Candidates for vice president meet in their only debate. Donald Trump and Joe Biden are running for U.S. president.
And it will read it to the students. Obviously, I would only use this for the struggling students, or if you teacher are logging in and you want them to follow along, then you can play it for all of the students. The great thing about this for our DLI students, if you click Hola in Spanish, it will convert the article into Spanish, and it can also be read to them in Spanish.
El debate del compañero de fórmula. Los candidatos a vice.
You can even select Bonjour, and it will read it to the students in French if you really wanted to. There's other options here that you can select. You can select any one of these little tabs, and it often gives you information about that article. Possibly, where did this take place? Where the article that we're reading, where was it taking place? It gives them some information. There's also a video that you could see related to the article. There's some slides related to the article, and much, much more. Again, they're not too long. It's a great tool for independent, work possibly, or something that they can do with a sub. The one thing about the articles, though, is that there is not a quiz type to it, but they're great pieces of information available to students. You can also go back to a previous date. You can go back and see some of the articles that were there yesterday, and I believe you can go back 10 days, I believe. So you can access some of the other articles. Again, I think this is a great feature. You also have, or students can also see the tab for library. And when they click that tab, they will see the recommended tab that will recommend books based on how they did on that reading quiz that they took and on their interest level. If they select a book, let's say they wanted to select this book, they just have to hover over it, select it. They can read the book, or maybe they don't have time to read it right now, but they want to read it later, so they can add to their list. And when they add to their list, they will be able to access it later by going to the library tab and then my list up here. And so the list is kind of like a backpack storing the books that they want to read later. Here's the book that we had selected. I'm going to click on it again. If student selects details, it will give you information about the book, but if you select details, you can see if there's a quiz connected with that book. Under ATOS, this book is at a 5th grade first month, or the ZPD would be the 5.1. So the readability of this book is 5.1. And after reading the book, if the student passes the quiz, they can earn 1 point. Here's the quiz number if they needed to use that. But once they have finished reading the book through Myon, they will be able to click here, or at the end of the book, it'll say, are you ready to take the quiz? They can say yes, or they can find the book again and just click here, and it will take them directly to the Start 360 platform, and they can take a quiz. If a student wants to search for a specific type of book, they just have to go to Browse. They can search by category. Maybe they want to search, let's see, social studies. There's 2,141 books. Within that broad category, they can refine their search by biographies and select the book. Again, they can, if they want to read it now or later, they can click the info to see if there is a quiz for it connected. There is, so they can read it. If they choose to, they just click read. And they can start the book.
Benjamin Franklin, an American Genius, by
Myon will read the book to the students. Again, if our students are great readers, they need to read it on their own, but it's a good feature for those that are struggling to read. Unfortunately, I can't turn it off for some, and for others, it has to be left on so that it's available for those that are struggling. They can read through the book. There's a little section that says dictionary. If they're having trouble with one of the words, they can just type the word in, and it gives them a definition as well as
Apprentice.
how to pronounce the word. Okay, there's actually a lot of other cool little features, but I just wanted to give you a quick overview of how to use Myon. I will be sending this video to you, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you and have a good one.